everyone, and welcome. And I am Laura, and I'm so happy to be here with you today to talk about Flexus, and it's all about spring of 2026, and here we come. So before we get into it, and I share with you bestsellers, I want to tell you a little bit about the brand and what Flexus represents. So Flexus, I hope you can see that it's all about the Italian comfort, and who knows Euro comfort better than the Italians? And it's all Italian inspired, and what we really do with Flexus, it's all about the 5 points of comfort. So I'm just going to put a graphic right here on the screen for you, and you can follow along with the 5 points. So with the 5 points of comfort, it comes to be anti-shock, and what that means is it's going to really relieve all of that, what do I want to say, the impact of walking, and it really eases any strain that you may feel on your hips, your knees. It's anatomic, that's the second point. So basically it takes shape of your foot. Some will be visible where we put an actual anatomic footbed, and others will actually mold to your foot to bring you that beautiful comfort that you can expect from Flexus. The third point is self-molding, and over time that outsole, the insole, it's going to really take form to your foot, and that makes a customized fit just for you. And then 4 is all about traction, because when you have a steady foot underneath you, you walk and you step with confidence, and that's what it's all about. And of course, the 5th one is flexibility, just what the name says, Flexus, and we want to make sure that that shoe moves with you and gives you great movement, because after all, when you're healthy and you're feeling great, it's about movement of the body, and that's life, right? We all want to get out there and move and be active. So when we talk about Flexus, what you're going to talk about, what I'm going to present to you and tell you about the technology. So you're going to see the great styles that, wow, scream right through the screen, but also I'm going to tell you about the technology behind it, because you can really imagine it's a precision machine as far as the way we have our innovations, but yet it's like walking on a cloud. So let's get into the bestsellers. I'm going to put that right up on the screen for you. And when you look at our bestsellers, we really look at all of our data and we see our reorders coming in. So as we were talking about RepSpark, right, our platform, please place your reorders, because we want to be able to buy now, wear now. Let's start with the first one, and that is Niamin. So Niamin goes without saying, and actually underneath there you're going to see the color codes, and it's listed in the order of the ranking of the colors of performance. Number 2 is Crossbeam. A lot of excitement there. We've got new colors there. Number 3 is Bubbles. 4 is Niamin Crackle. 5 is Poncia. 6 is Abyss, and you can see that those are great stitch constructions, tried and true. 7 is Otoro. 8 is Bayview, some cuteness there, of course. Adeed is number 9, bringing in some nice stretch. 10 is Bayside. 11 is Bayberry, a little play on a nice classic slingback for you. Number 12 is Kia. 13 is Deca. 14 is Orwell, and number 15 is Scuff. So when we say about European comfort, we're going to talk about what? A European last, giving you a little bit more room. And not only that, we're Euro sizing, and let's get into it, because we're going to take you a little bit on a tour, because we have some styles that are made in Italy. But first, you're going to follow along in our beautiful catalog. You're going to flip to page 242 in the book and enjoy. So let's get started right into the styles. Our first style here is she is new. So this is our Filmin, and when you see her, you can just experience and look at that softness. So first and foremost, she has a really nice modern type of an outsole. Material here is EVA, and as we talk about direct attached, just envision that this upper is going to be made where you have the outsole that is literally fused on directly to the upper, and what does that result in? Ultra comfort. So you're going to see that she's going to move with you, because the whole idea behind the Flexus is that the shoe actually moves with you, bends with you, and that's what you're going to get. Nice, super lightweight. Love the uppers. First of all, it's a fresh color palette. So we're bringing in, of course, a basic black, but we're also going to give some softness to the colors. And then you can see how soft to the touch she is, the upper. A little bit of that little puff material there. She's a microfiber, and then all underneath here is microfiber together with that footbed, and that footbed, of course, just will cradle your foot with comfort. So we just want to bring it to the next style, which is our Firebird. And here we're bringing an active sandal. So when we talk about Flexus, it's all about, bringing in that comfort, bringing everything in, but we also want to make sure that she is adjustable. Anytime we could put adjustability, full adjustability, wow, that makes it absolutely spectacular. So you're gonna see we're gonna give D-rings. Now, she's sporty, she's moving, so we wanna make sure that she is nice and secure. So you can see anywhere that we can put little details here to just give her an elevated look, we do so. You're gonna see the little bit of the metal tabs right there, and then just nice basic colors. And I hope you're enjoying the materials, because as much as we put into our technology, our innovations, we're also making sure that we are selecting the best of materials. We want to make sure that that foot is actually immersed in comfort. Next style here is Gosselin. So we took one of our, you know us, our Nyaman, we took that upper, and what did we want to do? Well, we wanted to make her feel sporty and look sporty, thus the bottom, remember, EVA, lightweight, and then we're going to give her what? A little bit of shine, a little bit of razzle dazzle. So this way, think about it. She's casual, but yet she can be a little bit dressier, making you feel great. You'll also take notice on this particular insole that yes, we put nice little, a little nice texture there, and that's just to make your foot all over feel great. Within this collection, we have our Gorski. This is our next style. And you can see, I hope, even when Frances kind of stepped down, you can see from that heel strike all the way to the toe, all that cushion and support that you get. So it's a really fine balance between the comfort and support, but here we go. So we're gonna do a really traditional, a toe thong, right? Because everybody can relate to that. And then just take notice of the really pretty colors that we offer, and of course with the nice stones. Now take notice of the price points. They're also on your screen and as you're following along in the book. So how can you go wrong? I mean, the prices and the value that we deliver are unbelievable. So let's take a next look at this Guzman. So right here, there is that upper that we're known for, famous for. You can see that Lycra stretch. So think about it, any foot. There's so many different feet, shapes and types, right? Just like we're individuals, well, our feet are too. So these will really fit a lot of different feet and a lot of different age groups. So look at the beautiful color palettes. You have nice color, and of course you have your basics. And remember, it's all Lycra, nice and stretched. You're going to see a lot of stretch materials in Flexus because, again, we got to get you out there and moving and grooving, if you want to say. But we also know where we have to put support. And what I'm getting to is this next style. So this is Galvanessa, and the cool part here is that we're literally going to give, of course, hook and loop. We're going to give stretch where she needs it, but we're also going to back it a little bit because we also realize she needs support. Support for that front toe, support for the foot so it stays put, especially when you're getting into a slide. Lightweight as a feather, and look at the great color combinations that you see here. Let's give the next style, let's give her a back strap. So when we do the back strap, again, giving her stretch where she needs it. I love the strap so much, how we give, kind of gives it that strappy look because it moves right there and it won't bind or pinch, especially when it's around an ankle. And look at the nice upper. So what we did was we just gave her some nice detailing as far as design, giving her a little bit of like this asymmetrical look, making sure that everything is covered. So if you have a bunion or something, we've got you covered. Next is Crossbeam, ranked number 2. Now, I hope you can see my full screen right here. In fact, I have one color I'm going to show you an image of coming up very soon. But Crossbeam started out as 3 colors. We have had such a unbelievable success with her that we're adding 4 new colors. And don't you want to know what they are? Well, I'm going to tell you. So you've got a blush, really pretty, nice against the skin tones. Think about that. You have a tan, just a nice everyday, look at how nice, goes with everything, very nice. You have a white, that's on Frances's foot. On that white, you'll have a little bit of a little thin, I'll call it a thread of silver to give her a little something, ooh, so special. And of course here you have your black, you have your gray, and I'm gonna show you an image now of a navy. And look at that navy, just really nice and rich. And what you can expect, and I'm just gonna show you because I wanna open up crossbeam so you can see what she is. Look at that footbed. She just absolutely screams comfort. So you're gonna notice that when we do stitching here to accentuate all of that great cushioning, we're doing it just in the right places, and we wanna make sure that it's deep enough so of course it doesn't rub against the foot. Something else I wanna just point out about her is we talk about what? Support where she needs it, stretch where she needs it. We're gonna make sure that we put a little bit of tabs here because we wanna make sure that when she's in there, she's secure, that it really cradles that part of the foot because we're about wellness and well-being. And this is our crossbeam. Spent a little more time on it because you gotta be in the know, and please make sure you can just do such a beautiful presentation with all the colors. Our next style, number 9, is our brewer. Look at her elevated look, right? So I like so much how she has a little bit more of a dressy look to her, and I hope you can guess what's underneath. You got it. It is hook and loop. And whenever we do that with the decorative buckle, now, number 1, it's a fashion statement. Anytime we do an oversized buckle, it is great. But look at how we're doing the hook and loop. You know, we're making sure that it really grasps there, although it has this gorgeous, fashionable buckle. And look at how lightweight, and you could be assured it's all anatomic. You know, as I'm coming to you from Florida, I live in Florida, and I look and say, wow, in my own personal home, I have tile floors. So I need something in my, just as a house shoe. So think about it. Your foot needs to be supported. Buttermere, this is another new style, a double band. And again, we're bringing in that little bit of that beautiful, it's a textured material, has a little bit of that, of course, little shimmer to her, the nice 2 buckles, and of course, there we go. It's all hook and loop, and I'm gonna take a second to open her because you've got to see the inside. So you can see that it's got that little bar there for your toes, your metatarsal, your heel cup. We cover it all because as cute as you wanna look, you gotta feel great as well. So we talk about the next style, Delosa, talking about stretch. Now you saw stretch earlier, a little bit more on the casual side. So how can we dress her up a little bit? Well, number 1, we're gonna bring this really pretty design. And number 2, it's the material of the stretch. So for me, she has a little bit more of like a sheen to her, kind of like a sateen finish. So she looks a little more upscale, a little bit more dressy. Love how it has, you know, you see all the huaraches that are happening out there. And when I see this upper, that's what I think of. So it's interpreted here in Flexus. And then we're gonna give her a little bit of that height. And I hope you also notice throughout that we're giving her a little platform in the front, and that all really equates to comfort because we wanna have not too much of a pitch. Our next style is bling, and haha, you can see where we got the style name from. She's certainly blingy, so she's gonna look just blinged out, and you can see again with the comfort and the flexibility. I mean, my finger, you can just see how it's just depressing right in there. Really nice arch you're gonna get, and a very simple double band. We kept her elegant with all the stones all the way without the hardware, just to give her an elegant feeling. And for those who have any problems, you know what? Dress her up. Absolutely love it. Now we're getting into our next little collection, which really is more of this whole little knit collection. So this is DeAndre, and she's a slide. She looks simple, but she just has a nice little, you know, little rouging here on that top. It's a 1 band, making sure the band is wide enough to make sure that it does securely hold the foot in. Again, a little bit of the anatomic, and I talked about lightweightness, but I also want to talk about durability, because something else that comes with this whole, I'm talking to you about the manufacturing process, it's durability. Now, this next style is called Mayberry, ranked number 11. For us, and what we find is that a slingback is always just a very traditional, nice style. So how do we bring it to Flexus? We're bringing it here with the knit, with that nice outsole. You can see even here down to the buckle. We want her to look really nice. We're going to give her the same, the buckle matches the upper, and of course we're going to put elastic behind it so it's easy for her. And look at how cute she looks with just those little, you know, crop pants right there on Frances. So continuing in this whole collection, this is our style Century. You're going to see that knit, you're going to see the little bit of the stones, but the greatness is the inside. The inside is actually a memory foam, so that just makes it just feel so wonderful. And then when we talk about the flexibility, this is what you're getting. These are so lightweight, you don't even feel like you're wearing anything. So remember, walking on a cloud, and that's what Century will bring you. Our next style is getting a little bit more active. So this is new for spring of 26. Her name is Gambino, and she is, when I say light as a feather, I can't even describe how light it is. It's going to give you that really great feeling when you're walking and moving. And remember what I said, it's going to move with you and bend with you. Where you bend, this bends. Now, you're going to make sure that we have a back heel counter and a little bit of structure here, because we also recognize you want to make sure that that heel is in there and is secure. The upper, it's really cute because she's no tie, so she literally is like a sock. So you're just going to slip right on in there. You're going to enjoy the nice memory foam inside that we talked about, and then look at the nice pattern. So she gives that illusion of a tie, but you never have to bend down to tie her. How great is that? Something else that's new for 26 is this next new style. So Fasano. Now check her out. First of all, I love the outsole. So you know she's chunkier, right? She has a youthful look, but she's just as lightweight as the others. Feather light. Bringing in a Mary Jane, but look at the Mary Jane. My gosh, we did it as a little symmetrical strap. And what does that do? It just elongates you, looks great. We're gonna give a little pull tab that's functional. And as Liz was zooming in, you can see all that great memory foam right there. And of course, hitting the spots right where you need it. A really nice navy. I'm gonna just shout her out because of course it's against the white, a black, and then we have our neutral and little fun color right there on Frances. What we also find in Flexus is this. When she gets a style that she loves because it's so comfortable, she will buy multiple colors. So next style is Scruggs, number 18. We're going to give you basic colors. Remember, I shouted out that navy. It is a good navy. Boy, do we do navies really good. A really nice crisp white, of course a tan, and then the nice jean blue, because remember, active, being out, and with the price points, you know what? The lady's gonna be able to afford multiple colors in the same style. Rushing, because that's what you're going to be doing when you're wearing this style. A nice traditional lace in. So you saw some other styles, but we're always true to a true lace up. There's gals out there that really need to still lace up her shoes. What you'll also find, remember, Euro comfort, that means a Euro last. A little bit roomier, making sure that she has a toe box to accommodate, and of course just a roomier fit all around. Talk about staying active in a traditional shoe. So we did this as like, I really describe her like a shoe sneaker. Like the outsole very much, and once again, giving her that platform there so she doesn't have that pitch, so she feels above the ground, that she is walking nicely, because you know you want to be comfort, but you don't want to feel every little pebble that you're stepping to on the ground. So that's why we have that outsole there. Nice laces, they're elastic sized. You're going to see a little bit of what? Our perforations, our design. She's very sweet, she's very feminine. Thank you, Liz, and you can see she's a little bit of that floral design. And once again, we're giving you nice padding right around, not just the back, but all the way around. So all day comfort, remember that. Our next style is Otero. Little bit of a fisherman, Mary Jane. I think she just looks so sweet. Now, she is a little bit of a, I'm going to say, a fuller fit. And how we're achieving that is she just has a little bit more, I'm gonna say, width to her here, and we're gonna give elastic right here. So this way she has that little bit of that, you know, flexibility, as we say. Now, when we talk about a D-ring, you see, ooh, a Mary Jane, that could be a little confining, but look what we've done. We take that D-ring, we make her decorative, and then we have her open up fully, so this way she is absolutely fully adjustable. You can see all that great padding and everything that you can expect. Like very much how we're doing the black outsole with the blue. I think she really just has a really nice special look to her. So we talk about, let's go to Portugal. These are made in Portugal. This is our style, tender, tried and true. And what's wonderful about her is, yes, I mean, she's absolutely a sock feeling because she is that knit. She is a high quality, she's made in Portugal. And you can see, you know what? Travels well. Look at this right there in the bag. Not only that, you can machine wash her. So now you're keeping your feet, what? Feeling good, looking nice and healthy. And then inside you can see the material, it just really whisks away all that moisture and it keeps your feet nice and dry. And of course the outsole, we're going to give you a little bit of body there because although you're wearing a sock up top, you do need a little bit of that, you know, structure on the bottom. And here, look, a nice little bit of the metallic and the black. So think about it, if you need to go to an occasion or you're traveling, or as I mentioned for myself, around the house, there you go. Next style is Bayshore. So these next few styles I'm showing you, they are our tried and true, and I hope you can see why. They're really beautifully, they're anatomic, especially when it comes to this heel cup right here. Now, with this particular style, yes, she is a two-band. She has a little wave to her. She has some perforations and just dusted right here with some stones. But the really cool part is it's the flexibility and the durability. Now, if you look at this particular construction, you're going to see the upper is literally slotted and fused right to this outsole. That brings you the durability, and it really brings this fusion like no other. So it really will absolutely conform to your foot and bring you that great comfort. And that is our Bayshore. Within that same group is Bayside, ranked number 10, a toe loop, yes. We want to make sure that nothing pinches that big toe. So what did we do? We didn't stitch it. Look at how interesting. So all these details into our designs, yes. So no matter what kind of big toe you have, it's going to accommodate. Going to actually give you right here some functioning buckles because we want to make sure that she's really there and secured. Nice colorations here, very easy. And again, that really nice comfortable footbed that I described. And look at the outsole. So this is Bayview, ranked number 8. So you can see right in these few styles up in our top rankings. But take notice of the outsole, the shape, the dimension, everything that she is. Still very feminine, very soft, and of course, it's that cushioning. Love the detail. I own her in the blush color. Love her very much. It's the floral applique is giving her nice dimension, a little bit of the cutout. So this style, guess what? She's got it all. And that's our style, Bayview. Now we're going to take a journey to Italy, as I talked about it in the opening. So where Flexus, our roots in Flexus are Italian. So this is made in Italy, and that speaks volume. So you're going to see that price and say, wow, how do you do it? Made in Italy for that price? Well, here we are. So what you're going to expect, that same type of a construction, so you know it's super comfortable, but check out the uppers. We're taking her with little pearls, little beads, and of course there is the nice buckles there, and she just has a really beautiful, I'm going to say like a half circle swirling effect, really rich looking, and she just is such a sweet, cute style. Nice little round out. Now, I'm going to go, I told you to follow along with the book. We're going to flash this next image right on the screen. I urge you, please take a little photo with your camera, with your phone, because these were additions to our book. So we have two styles here that I'm going to show you. Of course, made in Italy. Now, we could not resist because of the success of Nyaman. We wanted to bring this new style here, and her name is Scotia. So what is so great about her? I'm going to tell you. Number one, she is active. So she has a little bit more of a youthful, active bottom, if you will. You're going to notice we have she's a little bit of a wider base, because as we're doing a slide, right, or a slip-on, we need to make sure that she is in there and secured, bringing in youthful looks. So all we're doing is think of her as a modern backless Nyaman, and that's a perfect recipe. So you're going to see that footbed that she knows and loves. So that's our micro suede. So that's a really nice, comfortable feeling. And then of course you can see the comfort, and just look at the dimension of the outsole. Don't mind the label, but dimension is just wonderful. So giving her that youthful look. So let's start off with two basics, right? We have that black and that beige. And now we're gonna go to the next, and we're gonna give her a little bit of a print. So this is our Scotia Flow. So we're gonna give her a nice print. Remember, these are the really nice lycra materials made in Italy. Wanna make sure that we're binding her on the edge, keeping her foot in, keeping her secure, all the while by making her look great and easy. So think about it, having your basic solids, bringing in these nice little materials, it just complements everything so wonderfully. Now I'm talking about Nyaman. So Nyaman, wow, up in the rankings, and here is a new print. So the print is called Art because she has an artistic flair to her. We're doing her in a white. I like very much how we do a white. So you're gonna see a nice crisp white with these really, it's a little bit muted, but yet bright, if that makes sense. And I like the white outsole. Really nice and active. It's our Nyaman, as you can expect. And look at the black. So you have a really nice combination. I do like the black, how it is trimmed out with that black, solid black outline. She just really looks so nice. And that's our Art, our Nyaman Art. We will continue with our Nyaman Pin Dot. Look at her. So you can see, and especially as I'm looking under the lights here, you can see a really nice, like a sheen, a shimmer, so she can be dressed up and, of course, dressed up, dressed down. What we strive for here is not only comfort, but versatility. We want to make sure that she's very versatile in everything that she wears. And here she comes. Number one is Nyaman. So Nyaman is in basic colors. I like to say that olive is just a great neutral, looks great with anything that you wear. You don't have to worry about matching match. But as I mentioned, when she loves it, she will buy multiple colors. So just as a quick little bit of the reminder, made in Italy, just as I remind you again, but again, it comes down to the craftsmanship, and it also comes down to the material and the style. So she is our love, our Nyaman. As you can see, we love Nyaman so much, we want to make sure that she could wear it to multiple occasions. So we're going to give her a really cool, we call her crackle, because she kind of has that little bit of that dimension to the crackle finish. And you can see the black, and even the black, it just gives her a really nice shine. You can see even what Frances is wearing there, which is a navy color. So there goes Nyaman. So if we are out of stock on one particular Nyaman, you just go on and get another Nyaman color or a nice pattern. So we've got a great package there. Let's continue and stay in Italy. And as I mentioned to you, Flexus DNA, this is where it all started. Now, the beauty here is that we talk about made in Italy. This is leather. So the leather that touches the bottom of your foot feels so wonderful. This is a really nice nubuck. A nubuck is a premium leather, and we're going to just give a nice traditional two buckle. Now, when we say that things are direct attached, this is really where it all starts. So you can see the flexibility, the comfort, and remember, we're giving you structure together with that comfort and that cushion that you can see. And the softness of these feels so wonderful underfoot. And that's our style. Deca ranked number 13. Let's get a little sporty. This next style is Pascal. When I say sporty, we're gonna marry together. We're gonna put in that nubuck, put in that mesh. Again, leather footbeds, that speaks volumes, especially when you see this. Remember, as I described to you, it's a polyurethane outsole, so she has a really nice lightweightness, a durability, a flexibility, and then of course, look at the bottom, you're gonna get nice traction. Really nice color combos, sporty, fun, that's all you need. And that's our Pascal. Staying in Italy, here's our next style, bringing in a little bit of the floral appliques right there, but I'm just gonna take a moment because I wanna open her all the way up because I want you to see what this footbed looks like. So first and foremost, the customer's gonna see it's anatomic, that it's made in Italy, and you're gonna see the shape. Now remember earlier I talked about the 5 points where this will actually conform to your foot. The more you wear it, the better it will feel. Now I also want to just say about Flexus, as I talk about it, there's no break-in period. So the minute that you open your box, you just go right in and wear her and love her. Next style is Kia, ranked number 12. I like Kia because she's just a nice, simple, one band, making sure that she has enough coverage here to hold her foot so it's not so flip-flopping around, but you can see again a little bit of the adjustability across the vamp, and that's so important because sometimes even just throughout the day your foot changes, and we've got you covered if that happens. Our next style here is Scuff, ranked number 15. We're bringing in a really nice material here. So yeah, she has like that mesh look, but the greatness is that there's foam. So we're gonna put foam between that upper and the lining, and what that does is bring you ultimate comfort right there on the top of your foot. We take for granted, we're always thinking of the bottom of our foot and of course all the support, but we also, you take for granted, sometimes the top of someone's foot could be really sensitive and it needs some caressing. Well, Scuff is the nice answer for that. Made in Italy, take notice, ranked number 15. Because of that success of that clog, this is our Marula. Now Marula has a little bit of something special to her. Her specialty is this material. So I described to you how nice and soft it is, but this material has a little bit more of a stretch to her, so it will give and conform and just feel so nice. We also wanted to make sure that we put a little bit of a notch right here across the vamp because some people have a higher instep than others. We've got you there. So this way it accommodates the foot, and look, you just kind of cinch that in there with that little hook and loop closure. Next, we've got this style, Aspa, brand new. Look at how great she is. I mean, when we get into the fashion buckles and we bring it into the Flexus with the technology and the comfort, I told you it's a home run. You can even see it's our model Frances. Look at how it's cradling her foot. It really is a beautiful thing, made in Europe, and you can see it has that faux nubuck look because it's just really a nice, rich color and color combination and nice palette, and again, cradle your foot and make you look fashionable. So Flexus meets fashion. Our next style is the new style, so of course we have to have the back strap, and again, there's that buckle. There is that great big statement. Now, we want to make sure that we can give what? A hook and loop, especially for the back, so that's great because you get full range of adjustability, and then of course right here across the toe, really nice and important, and super lightweight. I like the outsole very much. She has this really natural feeling, and of course I'm just going to show you the bottom so you can see that really nice traction in everything that she gives. And thank you, Frances, for flexing, and it really just has a really beautiful flexibility to it. Now we talk about flexibility. This next style, it's a wowza. So you see her name there, Caviana, and she's so soft, she's wonderfully. Now you're going to see some stitching on this side. I talked to you about no midsole. That's why she's so comfortable, but we do put some stitching on the outside. That's for durability, for looks, and for all that great comfort that we do. So she has a really nice feeling to her. Love the dimension and the silhouette that she has with that outsole, and look at the mix of materials. Wow, she's really super cute there. And of course we're giving her that nice buckle. A little play on that tortoise shell, right? So this next style is what her sister, the companion. So a nice slide, crisscross, but we're going to do the little bit of the mix of materials. We have a solid here, and of course just bringing in, it's really just a little bit of a texture with a little bit of that shimmer, but it really just looks really nice. And again, it's bringing in what? More places and occasions to wear her. Our next group that we'll be presenting is our Barranca. Now, these are made in Turkey. These footbeds right here, anatomic. You're going to see that shape. I'm going to show you the inside so you can see. Look at on the model. It literally caresses that arch of your foot. Leather, very important. And what's so special about her? I'm going to tell you. So these upper materials, they are man-made, but the beauty is they have a little give to them. So if you could see my finger, they have a little, you know, I don't want to say stretch, but I want to say give, because it's going to conform to the foot. So just imagine something's going on, it's going to caress your foot rather than rub or go against your foot. So that's our little secret there. And once again, we're going to give you full adjustability. And we're going to make you look youthful and stylish, especially with that one band with the big buckle. Fashion statement, there you go. Our next style is on that same construction. So we talk about constructions, we want to make sure that, you know, she has that great arch support. She is a little bit more flat, but not traditionally too flat. You can see just visually she looks so great because of the way we last that shoe. We're giving her that stitch construction. We're giving her what? 2 buckles, and I'm sure you can guess. Yes, it's hook and loop right underneath. I like the pewter and the soft gold. It just gives it just a really nice balance and fit and feel. Staying within this same whole turkey collection is our next style, Carl. So the great thing about Carl is that a little bit more of a wedge, if you will. So she has a wedge, nice and easy to get in. Of course, there's that hook and loop. And then right when we're doing her, we're going to give her a little bit of perforation, giving her dimension, just a little bit of like an intertwined upper. And there you go. Her name is Carl. Our next style here is Dania. Now, Dania also is bringing in what? A little bit extra dimension. I always give a shout out to this denim blue, because it's just so denim friendly, goes with everything. I like so much how we have what? The perforations right there and just a little bit of interest. You can see a little bit higher wedge, which really works really nice in this particular style. Next is a deed. Let's bring in some, I call it just nice little appliques. So you're gonna see the floral. So she's graduated, meaning she has the bigger flower here and just ever so sweet. So she has that T-strap effect. Like that so much. And look at this. This is elastic, but we make the elastic really, the material is like beautiful to the upper. We try so hard to make sure that it matches so it has like a seamless look, and you can tell she's lightweight. Like the strap, she has a strappy effect, but if you notice, she's all in the right places. Holding in the little bit of the pinky toe, holding in the big toe, and she is just wonderful. And look at her. So we're gonna give all that upper material right around that whole outsole. I mean, this is Flexus. Here she goes. She looks high-end and very sophisticated. And that's our Indeed, and you can see all the great colors there. And she is ranked number 9. Staying within Turkey is our next style. This is Delphus. So we want to bring pattern, life, fun, joy. And here is the Delphus. So you're going to see you have your hook and loop right like that. Like the outsole very much. There is that great footbed. You can see that we line the styles because we want to make sure the lining is nice and soft and giving structure. And it's this is a really popular outsole for us where, you know, it's the illusion of a bigger wedge than it really is, and that's because of the way the material is designed and stitched to that outsole. So she's great. Our next style here on that same great construction is our Pomola. And what's wonderful about her is a little bit of that feminine elegance right there with the pearls. So giving her that three-dimensional flower. And then in this particular style, you can see a little bit of the shimmer. We have a little detailing right around in the center of that flower. And here we're giving her a black outsole, giving her a dressy feel. All the while we have other colors with the gum outsole. So just a nice, really nice fresh take. And I hope this comfort, in fact, I'm gonna open her up really quickly for you because I hope you can see how that comfort just screams right off the shoe. You can see it. Our next style is on that construction, and this is style Orwell, ranked number 14. Why is it ranked number 14? Is it opens up completely. So when you look first at this sandal, you'd be like, wow, how is that fully adjustable? And here it is. Look at that. Now, as I have this open, it looks kind of crazy, but look at how we cut the patterns of the upper. And it just shows all of our innovations in the way that we actually cut that pattern. So we make something that has a great look closed, and it opens all the way for that perfect fit for you. And of course, I hope you can see all that great comfort right in there. And remember, those footbeds are a suede leather. Poncia, ranked number 5. Oh, so sweet. Anytime we talk about what? Asymmetrical, it looks so nice on the foot. And talk about pattern making. Everything is that one piece, so you only have to worry about, look at that, just that one little Velcro closure gives you that look of the asymmetrical. Of course, you can guess this is opening fully as well, and just nice, lightweight, and she's a great sandal, a really nice sandal. So let's take that Flexus and how are we bringing in the fashion? And you might say, wow, that's a great wedge. Who would have thought? Who would have thought we could bring all that great comfort and everything into a wedge? Well, we have done it. You can see right here, there's a platform so the pitch isn't too steep. Because of the comfort and everything that Flexus is, of course she's gonna feel comfortable all day. And look, ever so sweet. It is florals right here, and it just has a really pretty look on the foot, just bringing in that feminine little detail there. Let's give her that T-strap. We told you, T-straps, classic, yet still very much on trend. So here is that great wedge again. And I like very much how, you know, we're taking that upper material and the way that we are putting her onto the outsole and giving her that wave effect. It's very feminine. It has a beautiful flow to her. You can tell I'm very into design. I just love that dimension. And here she is in a T-strap, and just look at how beautiful she is. So when we talk about ageless and Flexus, I'm telling you, younger women want the comfort too. Now we're getting into our next little group, which is more of this next group here of these next two styles I'm going to show you are really all about that recovery type of a sandal, or a, you know, in this case, a toe thong. So her name is Osmar, and what's wonderful, when I say recovery, it doesn't mean, you know, what it's meaning is it's giving you a little bit more support here so your foot rests, so your foot doesn't work as much. Maybe it's after a, you know, a good workout, or maybe you had an injury or something, or maybe you just need that, and this is the answer. So you're going to see very nice lightweight. Of course, she's a nice special material in EVA, and of course if she gets wet, no worries, that's what she's there for. So the next style is just a really nice slide, again, into that recovery, giving you more, and you could really see it right in here, where you're getting more support here, so it really is alleviating any pressure points you may have. And there she is. And you know, as I'm right here, I just might as well tell you that we always put all of our styles come with the hang tag, and the nice beauty is that we're really shouting out so the customer knows and can see and feel what the 5 points of comfort are with Flexus. So they're all right here explained on that tag. I think that's great. Our next style is made in Italy, and this is Sabala. Look at how just, you know, she's just like a fresh of breath air. She's just so sweet looking. Now you're gonna see and say, wow, look at this insole. So she's a massage insole. She may take a moment to get used to it first, but once she's used to it, she will absolutely love it. So we're trying to really make sure we're hitting upon all those great pressure points where you can see here on the arch. She's curved here on the arch, and she has a little bit, I'm gonna say, bigger little massages. So she massages there. Of course, you have your heel here and everything right here. I'm going to kind of show you the bottom too, because she has a really nice bottom. Maybe it's difficult to see because it's white. But the nice other thing here is that these buckles, they actually function. So you can adjust the buckle as you need to. And she's just a really great style. And I love how we did, you know, I'm going to call them the girly girl colors. Just really nicely done, and again, made in Italy. Now, here we come. This is Bubbles. Do I need a wide screen to get all the colors in? Who knows? Maybe I do, but this is Bubbles. Now, Bubbles is Bubbles because she is so popular, so lightweight. This is the color I have. I was going to ask you if you could guess, but this is the color I have. Everyone who wears them say that they are the most comfortable style. I say that as well. Look at this, they're adjustable buckles. I do adjust my buckles from time to time because I'm a little fuller in here than I am in the front, so I do that. But look, it hugs your foot, cuddles your foot, so lightweight, so fun. Get all the different colors, and she's just gonna love them. And I like the fact that she has this modern, really cool look to her, nothing wimpy about her, but she will just put a really big, nice smile on your face. And that is our rank number 3, our Bubbles. So I hope you learned something. I hope they taught you a little bit more about Flexus and what goes into the process of actually, you know, crafting these styles and designs and all the little details that we put into everything. And I hope you're enjoying my back wall that's behind us, because look at how beautiful everything merchandises together. So I'd like to thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you very soon.